hiking on a microdose. Yes, I'm at about 11,000 feet altitude right now. I took a nice microdose before I went on this hike, and I'm going to tell you all about it, what it does for me, and what it can do for you. Stand by. I'm Dr. Dave. This is Microdose U.
Enter the world of magic mushrooms with Microdose U.
Hey there, Dr. Dave again. I am about to take you on a psychedelic hike. Yeah, I did a microdose, and I'm going to share the whole thing with you. Actually, I've already recorded the whole thing as I'm already on my way down right now from my hike, so it's a little bit out of order. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to apologize for something I may have done during this recording on this episode. I might have come across a little bit harsh at times. I hope not. I really hope not, but there were times that I remember when I recorded this, and it's about an hour ago, 45 minutes of an hour ago, because I'm almost down. And by the way, on the way down, I feel the effects of the microdose much more. I think it probably has something to do with hiking uphill at this elevation. I was breathing, fairly hard, and maybe the microdose didn't have its chance to do its magic, but on the way down, it's much easier as far as at least aerobically. So I feel like more, more within nature and a little bit euphoric, if that's the right word. But more importantly, I wanted to come on, and before you actually hear or see this episode, I might have been a little bit too harsh, because there were some times that I said, like, you've got to do this. You've got to do whatever, and you're going to see what I mean. But there are all kind of excuses you can make. And I gave a lot of examples of excuses, and I don't want to pin anybody down or make an example out of anybody that might have these excuses, because a lot of excuses can be valid. However, if you really want to take your mental health and physical health to the next level, you have to make some sacrifices sometimes, and you have to do some things that maybe ordinarily you wouldn't think you would do, or might be a little bit out of your comfort zone, or even ask to take off work for a few days in a row, get a mental health break, or whatever it takes. But again, I wanted to come on and share this with you, because I think, there might have been times that I was a little harsh. I said, you don't have that excuse. You cannot make that excuse. But it's all, the reason I did it is for you, because I really want you to experience this, what I have to say. And it's easy to make excuses. So I really I'm trying to preempt the possible excuses you could possibly have, and get you out and do what I'm going to recommend in this episode. So enjoy it. I think you'll like it. It's a little bit different than my regular episodes, but I think you'll like it, just because basically I'm out here in nature sharing some really good stuff with you that I think is going to help your life. Okay, enjoy. I did a medium to high-end microdose this morning before I went on a hike. I'm in Taos, New Mexico. And so I did about, probably if I had to estimate, probably about 0.2, 0.25, 0.3 somewhere. I took a big bite of piece of chocolate. That's why I don't know exactly. See, I've been doing this for over 3 years now, so I don't have to measure exactly these days. But I took a nice big bite, started a hike. The thing about this hike is that it was mostly uphill, getting to this, I guess you call it a high alpine lake. And it's really interesting. So I think the microdose really does help quite a bit. It gives you a different perspective when you're outdoors in nature, hiking or hanging out somewhere, even probably at the ocean, at the beach, or wherever you are in the woods. It gives you just a totally different perspective. I've done some podcast episodes on skiing on a microdose, and I'll tell you something, the microdose really helped me out quite a bit skiing. And I've also done one, I remember microdosing in Utah on a fairly long hike, and that was a couple of years ago I did that episode, but I wanted to come back and do another episode hiking in beautiful Taos. So one thing I want to share with you is that I've talked about this many times. If you have some type of anxiety, depression, PTSD, or some type of mental health issue, get outside in nature. Now, if you're, I know I put this podcast out on Spotify, on Apple, on YouTube, but if you are watching this on YouTube right now, you can see the beautiful alpine lake behind me. It's just a beautiful, wide open area. I had to hike through a lot of woods to get here, to get up here, and I carry bear spray with me. But the reward is just absolutely unbelievable. So it's like somebody told me many years ago, it's a cure, or at least a tremendous help for mental health issue. Get yourself out in nature. Breathe the fresh air. I love being by myself. I've told you this many times. Spend time by yourself. Tell your friend, your partner, your wife, your husband, whoever it might be, you're going out by yourself and you need some time, and you're going to just reflect, and you're going to hang out, and you're going to think deeply. Because how many people really have the opportunity to go outside in nature, or even take a trip? I've talked to you about taking a trip far away from your home. Drive, get on a plane, stay in a hotel, do something. Go by yourself and think, and bring a journal with you, and figure out your life. This is if not a cure, it's a tremendous help. Tremendous help. This has been one of my go-to things in my life, to be by myself, be in solitude. And you might say, well, I'm an extrovert. I like to be around people. Well, maybe you do. Maybe you love to be around people, but that might be one of your problems. When you're around people and being the extrovert, or talking or socializing all the time, it zaps so much energy out of you. At least for me, I cannot be with people all the time. I need solitude. I need time by myself. And this is just like a refuge to get away from the real world. Like, I don't know what the stock market is doing right now. I don't care what the stock market is doing. I don't care about the presidential race. I'm out. Look at this. I'm out here in nature. I'm getting rid of all that crap that we're bombarded with every single day. The news, the wars, the craziness in politics. I'm getting away from all of that. And not only that, but I'm getting away from other people. I'm not talking to anybody right now except for you. And this is it's an amazing help. Yeah, the microdose makes it even better. The colors are more vivid, more vibrant. I can almost like smell the beauty in the air, the trees, the nature, the birds chirping around me, the waterfall in the background. I can feel everything. I hope you're not saying, well, Dr. Dave can do that, but. There's no but. Get off your butt. I'm telling you, get outside, take a little trip by yourself. But I can't do it because I've got to work. Well, do you have days off? You don't work 24/7, do you? Take some time, tell your boss, whatever you have to do, that you're going to be leaving town for a little while. You might think this is crazy advice. Yeah, but I came here because I want to learn how to microdose. Exactly. Well, I teach you all that. And I continue to teach you all that. And I've got my one-on-one program if you're still not sure how to do it. We walk you through one-on-one. But this is not all, it's not all about microdosing. It's not all about exactly how many milligrams or how many grams you need to take of magic mushrooms. It's more that you want to feel better every day. Every day you want to feel better, and I'm trying to get you there. Stop for a second and just listen. See if you can hear the birds and the waterfall behind me. Tell me if you can hear anything. I'm going to just be quiet for a couple seconds and close your eyes and just listen. Tell me if you can hear it. Do you hear the waterfall? It's faint, but it's behind me. And birds are chirping and singing nonstop. This is beautiful. This is life. This is what I want your life to be. You don't have to do this every day. You've got things to do at home. I know you've got your family, you got your job, you got your friends, you got your spouse, your partner, whoever you might be. You've got all that. You got your, stuff you do to make your money. But every once in a while, I'm just listening to this waterfall. Every once in a while, get out and do this. So you might be asking me, well, I started this episode off about microdosing, and I took a microdose. It really helps. Now, I could do it without a microdose for sure. I've done plenty of hikes without a microdose. But the microdose just makes you feel that much better. Just feel a little bit better about the day, a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident. And you know also that it's rewiring the brain. And if you know it's doing that, I mean, I've been off my SSRI for I don't know, close to 3 years now. Close to 3 years, I guess. And SSRIs have their place, don't get me wrong. There's a place for them. But I don't want to be doing that the rest of my life. This is the way I want to feel the rest of my life. If I can help it. This is the way I want to be. What are you thinking? Tell me what you're thinking. Send me an email. I want to know what you're thinking right now. Can you do this? Can you get out and just be by yourself? Can you do it? Send me an email. I want to know if this resonates with you at all. Because again, when I started this podcast about 3+ years ago, my goal and my only goal was to make you and other people like you feel better. I went through such a funk. It was horrible. Every day, waking up in the morning with my heart racing. My blood pressure was up. I felt horrible. I didn't want to get out of bed. I felt anxious. I felt depressed. I didn't even know what I was depressed about. I was just depressed. I mean, nothing was wrong in my life. I didn't know why I felt like that every morning. And then into the day. And once I figured it all out, once I figured it out with microdosing and I felt better every single day, my goal was to help other people like you that are struggling with mental health issues, and you don't know what to do, and nothing seems to be working. That's my goal. So if you follow what I do, I can almost guarantee it's going to work for you. I mean, everybody's different. I know that there are no guarantees in life at all, but I can almost guarantee that if you follow what I do, not just this episode, but I want you to listen to or watch all the episodes I've done and will continue to do. Because as I discover new things, I want you to be right there with me. And I'm going to share everything with you. Yeah, I've got a Patreon account, and I share some extra special things there for a small donation. I do that. And if you want to meet me over there, there's always a link in the show notes, and it's great because it helps support the show. Because I use all of my own equipment that I paid for out of my own pocket, and I don't really ask for much. But if you do want to help me out over on Patreon, it does help the show quite a bit. I think it's like $12.50 a month, and you get extra stuff from me. And you don't have to do that because I share so much here with you. I share so much, and again, my goal is to have you feel better. And I hope you take this episode very seriously, and you just get outside and do this and think and journal and meditate and breathe through your nose as much as you can. And while you're at it, get that sleep study done. If you haven't gotten a sleep study done, and if you think there's even a slight possibility that you might have sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is not only a killer, but it is a cause. It is a cause of mental health issues, a tremendous cause. And not only that, but physical issues as well, physical health issues, mental and physical health. I know I say that a lot, but there are a lot of you out there that have not gotten the sleep study yet. And I guarantee a decent percentage have obstructive or some type of sleep apnea. And you can microdose every day for the rest of your life. And if you have sleep apnea and you're not treating it, it's not going to do any good. It might mask it for a little bit, but the sleep apnea is going to win. It's going to definitely win. It's going to kill you. And it sounds really, really horrible. It's going to kill you. But what I mean is, your life's not going to get better, physically or mentally, if you've got sleep apnea that's untreated. So please make that a point to get that looked at. It's just things that are coming to my mind now as I'm dosing at 11,000 feet. And this is not for the faint of heart. I live at 4,300 feet. So although this is 8,000 feet higher than where I live, if you're coming from sea level, definitely be careful. Don't just jump into 11,000 feet and think you're going to be fine. I mean, it's even for me, it's not simple breathing at 8,000 feet. I mean, at 11,000 feet. So just be careful where you go and acclimate if you have to. But I want to share this with you. I hope it resonates. I really want you to feel better every single day if you do this stuff that I talk about. Again, message me, email me, let me know what you're going to do. Let me know what you're going to do alone for at least a day. Maybe more, hopefully more. Let me know. I love you. I'm Dr. Dave. I put out a brand new episode every single Wednesday and Friday. Stick with me. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And I will absolutely talk to you on the next episode. Talk to you later. See you.